Today I've got one of the new Pot Rouge Velvet Cream blushes from Bobbi Brown. And here I've got the shade Soft Plum. This is described as a 2-in-1 multitasker, so I can use this on my cheeks and my lips. So I'm going to use my Mario F4 brush and just swipe across the top there and see how much I pick up. This should have a matte finish. That's going on very nicely actually on top of cream. Blending out very quickly and very easily, without any sharp edges, because it's blending out naturally, which is excellent. So I'll just connect it with my eyes here, giving me a very soft flush of colour. That's very pretty. I really like that finish, and it doesn't look like a really flat matte at all when it's sitting on top of a cream. It's got quite a nice glow. This is described as a velvety whipped formula, easy to build, blur and tap into any look. Well, so far I think that's exactly what I'm finding. I'm going to apply this quite heavily because I'm going to powder on top, so you can see how it looks when I've powdered it, which is something you wouldn't necessarily have to do. It's not giving me a very tacky finish at all. So there is how it's looking with powder on top. So now I'm going to try putting some on top of the actual powder. I've noticed as I swipe across this more, it's coming off a lot more bitty. Can you see that I've really picked up quite a chunk? And if I was to put that on my face, I would definitely have too much and it would be harder, especially to apply on top of powder. So I think what I need to do when it's like that is to put it onto the back of my hand and start working it into the back of my hand before applying it to the cheek. So when it's completely smooth with no bits, then go onto the cheek. And now see how this sits on top of powder. And it seems like it's working very nicely on top of powder. Immediately you see more pigment, as always, when it goes on top of a powder. But it seems to be sitting very nicely. So there we go, that's how it's looking calmed down on top of powder. A very natural flush and definitely giving me a healthy glow, so it's not a flat matte by any means. Now I'm going to put a bit of this on my finger and put it onto the lips. You can see straight away how smoothing this is because it's that velvet matte finish. And that's how it looks on the lips. So that's cheeks and lips. Very comfortable on the lips. Lovely and soft, very blurring, and beautiful on the cheeks. This is a fun formula, it really is. You just need to be aware that when you get this out after your very first swipe, you might get a real chunk of it. So you do need to work it into the back of your hand. That's the only criticism I would have for this, is you do need to be pretty careful. As long as you do that, I think it works really nicely. And I think this is a very pretty sort of natural makeup, but it is also blurring. What do you think?